I thought we would record something today, and I do wanted to dedicate it to two very outstanding people. I live the spirits of Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey, the believer. If I were a believer, I would believe in the beginning, everybody's beginning. Mine, that my very first ancestors were front row and present when God stepped into the mic. If you desire a bright tomorrow, you must build a brighter dream. Dare to let your dreams reach beyond you. Know that history holds more than it seems. We are alive today because our ancestors dared to dream. From Africa, they lay in the bills of slave ships and stood half naked on auction blocks. From Eastern Europe, they crowded in vessels overloaded with immigrants, and they were misnamed on Ellis Island. From South America and Mexico, from Asia, they labored in sweatshops. From all over the world, they came to America. Many shivered in rags, and still they dared to dream. Let us dream for today and for tomorrow. Let us dare to dream.
One of the shrewd ways that they use the press to project us in the eye or image of a criminal, they take statistics. And with the press, they feed these statistics to the public, primarily the white public. If you'll notice, they refer to the rioters as vandals, hoodlums, thieves. They tried to make it appear that this wasn't, they tried to make it, they did this. They skillfully took the burden off the society for its failure to correct these negative conditions in the black community. Took the burden completely off the society and put it right on the community by using the press to make it appear that the looting and all of this was the proof that the whole act was nothing but vandals and robbers and thieves who weren't really interested in anything other than that which was negative. And I hear many old, dumb, brainwashed Negroes who parrot the same old party line that the man handed down in his paper. It was not the case that they were just knocking out store windows ignorantly.
I will never change in my basic idea that nonviolence is the most potent weapon available to the Negro in his struggle for freedom and justice. I think for the Negro to turn to violence would be both impractical and immoral.
Good afternoon, everyone, or anytime if you're watching this. I hope everyone is good, fine, healthy during this crisis we're going through in Cuba. 2020 has been a wild year so far. Me personally, I always look at the bright side of things. This year, 2020, for me, it's opened up a whole much of thought to being aware and realizing the people who are close to you and around you when push comes to shove, or in any case when we're in quarantine, or when there is racial violence or hatred in society, in my case in the US, that is going through heartbreak right now. And I'm here to vocally speak on the situation that's going on in my country. You know, when I found out about the news about George Floyd, I wasn't surprised, but I was hurt, because you never want to see a man begging for his life for 9 minutes, and you just ask yourself why. But I've been around racially profiling, and when you're used to these kind of situations constantly happening, you don't ask why. You just already know the answer. But I feel like this time you shouldn't have to question why. This time you should have to stand up and give your opinion on this. You know, take action on this. Don't just be supportive, hashtagging, reposting, sign petitions, make videos. Let the people know that you are with them. Let the people know that you are supporting them. Action speaks louder than words. In my case, doing this video, I wish I could be back home and protest too. You know, my mom won't allow me to protest, but being vocally involved, being involved in this movement, it's bigger than me. And when I'm speaking on these kind of situations, I'm not thinking of the present, I'm thinking of the future. You know, I want my kids to be living in a society where any race can be holding hands to make business together without knowing the advantages and disadvantages with the bad intentions, you know? And it's gonna take work, but it has to start now. And it has to start with you, because your voice matters as much as anyone else. It doesn't matter if you're a big name or not. Although big names can make an impact, your words can go a long way if you take the chance to. So I encourage you all who's watching this video to be out there, be involved, not just today or tomorrow, all the time. Be in touch in reality, the real reality, not in social media, because social media can twist the truth into their own benefit, and you become the slave into their mind games. You know, that's the whole point of, in my case, the white supremacy. You know, I've been fighting this war since middle school, making projects on civil rights, gun control, black on black violence, white on black violence. So for anyone who reached to the end of this video, thank you for your patience, thank you for your time. If no one was to stand up, who will? When people are sitting, someone has to stand up. When people are quiet, someone has to speak up. So I chose to speak up, I chose to stand up when people are in doubt.
The only way to solve the problem that the so-called Negroes in this country are confronted by is with a re-education program. Not a re-education program for whites, but a re-education program for black people themselves, to eliminate the negative image that has been, through propaganda, instilled within us of ourselves since we've been in this country. It'll take an entirely new approach to restore some kind of racial pride and racial dignity in the minds of the black people. And once we have this pride and this dignity, we can get the cohesiveness and the unity and harmony necessary to solve our own problems here in the black community, instead of waiting for representatives of the white community to come uptown and solve these problems for us.